Globally, we consume about 80 billion items of clothing every year. This is 400% more than what we did only 20 years ago. Hey team, and welcome to another video. This video is all about fast fashion. I hate fast fashion. Fast fashion is terrible. It is a huge pollutant, it is unnecessary, and it's also just corporations kind of being jerks. Fast fashion is convincing you that you need to turn over your clothes once a week, and that blows. So I am going to chuck in a couple of fun facts in and throughout this video purely because I think the statistics on this are crazy town and that a lot of people need to know it. So here's some reasons why you should try and quit fast fashion. 1. It is really, really bad for the environment. Terribly bad. It is one of the biggest pollutants after the oil industry. The apparel industry accounts for 10% of global carbon emissions and remains the second largest industrial polluter, second only to oil. It is a huge turnover industry. It is wasteful. The clothing is designed to be cheap and to die really, really quickly so that then you keep going back in and buying more. It is an awful cycle. There is also an insane amount of it that goes straight back into landfill because it's designed to only suit something that's fashionable for the next week. It's designed so you buy it, have it, then they release a new thing, and then you need to get rid of that old one. Fast fashion also uses a lot of chemicals to treat the clothing because a lot of the clothing is synthetic because synthetic fabrics are cheaper. So this means that if you're not washing these, there's not only a lot of chemicals that you might be putting onto your skin, but also there's a lot of chemicals in the process of making these. And then where do these chemicals go? What happens after that process has ended? Reason number 2, ethics. Fast fashion is a truly unethical industry. When you look at the people who would be making this clothing, how much they are paid, the conditions that they work in, it is truly appalling. 1 in 6 people work in the global fashion industry. A majority of these workers are women earning less than $3 a day. It is exploiting people who truly need the work to be able to support their families. Also, consumers can buy their next shirt a little bit cheaper. Fun fact. How can you get by in this crazy world where they're trying to convince you that you need fast fashion, that you need the latest whatever at whatever time, and that time is now? Here's some tips of how to get around it. 1, build yourself a capsule wardrobe. Capsule wardrobes mean that you have less, that you need less, and that also you define those items that you actually require. Not just the stuff that you want, but that you actually need. I have a couple of videos about that. I'll make sure that I link it at the end for you. You can also reduce, capsule wardrobe, reuse, and recycle. So if you're reusing all of your items, all this means is that you are repurposing them. So if you have a pair of pants that were aces, but now they're like completely destroyed and overstretched and just useless, you don't really want to chuck them into a thrift store because, quite frankly, no one needs them. Turn them into rags. Turn them into stuff that you wipe down surfaces with. Turn them into things that you change your oil with. Turn it into a hanky. Turn it into a napkin. I don't know, turn it into a face washer. There are so many things that are made out of fabric, and you have an insane stock of fabric in your closet. See if you can donate clothes that aren't completely destroyed to shelters. See if you can donate them to op shops. Make sure that you buy thrift or that you buy ethical. Research where your clothing is coming from, how the fabric is made, how the fabric is sourced, and how the fabric is sewn. So really, at the end of the day, the 3 tips I would recommend to you are pretty standard. Reduce, reuse, recycle. I'd really recommend everybody viewing a film called The True Cost, which delves into the fast fashion industry and gives a really good insight into what's happening. There are a bunch of other documentaries out there which are very, very good on this. I've mentioned this before on my channel, but War on Waste by the ABC, which is here in Australia, is a really, really great documentary series talking about wasteful habits. I'll try and link all of those in the description box below for you. As always, thank you so, so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, hit the bell, leave a comment, all of that super fun goodness. As always, team, thanks for hanging out. Bye!